Hello, Sixers fans. The vibes in Philadelphia have been just absolutely immaculate, and Sean and I are here to talk about it. 8-1. Now, last time we spoke, we were the best in the Eastern Conference, and now the Sixers are the best team in the league. Sean, how are you feeling?
Oh, I could not be feeling better, Casey. I mean, 8-1 start, top 10 in offensive and defensive rating to start. Tyrese Maxey just dropped 50 points. How can the vibes be any better? And by the way, Joel Embiid still firmly in the MVP mix. I think we're going to be fighting that battle once again this year. So yeah, the vibes are great right now. Could not be much better.
Absolutely. Definitely as Sixers content creators, we had a bit of a rough off season. I definitely was not expecting this season to start so wonderfully. So it's definitely been a surprise to me, but I am here for the ride. I don't remember the last time I felt this way about the Sixers. My heart has been broken as a Philly sports fan, obviously because of the Phillies, but I almost forgot that happened, honestly. Like, it's Sixers season. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to talk about it, and definitely want to get into it. But before we do, here's my crappy joke of the day. Oh my god, where'd it go? There it is. Thanks, team, for 2K subscribers. This is even worse because this is our second take on this video, so Sean had to hear that twice. But definitely thank you guys for 2K. We feel like we've grown so much and we've loved the community that we have built here on Sixers Digest. So if you're subscribed, thank you so much.
Yes, do appreciate that. The joke did not quite land either, but that's okay. I do like it.
It was so much worse the second time.
But it is funny though, and it is good that as you mentioned in the intro, that it feels like the black cloud of James Harden in the offseason is completely off the table now. Like, this is a Sixers squad that is fun to watch on a night-to-night basis. It's 15 guys that want to be here, which is super refreshing after these past couple years. And it truly feels like the vibes with this team and with the entire situation of the franchise are brighter than they've been in several years at this point. So it feels really good to just be sitting here right now, and we've definitely earned it based on how things have gone these past couple years.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely just even going through the Sixers subreddit. I am a firm follower of the Sixers subreddit, and a lot of people just saying it feels different. It's a fun team to watch. It's refreshing. A lot of last year's memes had to been updated so much because it's a fun time to watch. Now the majority of the game is not, oh my gosh, we're gonna lose this again, and then surprisingly win. No, we feel like a full team. We feel like a collective unit. We feel like we're not just putting all of the pressure on Joel Embiid to be the MVP and just win that way. It feels it's wholesome.
Yeah, 100%. And from top to bottom, I mean, for starters, I'll give the flowers to Tyrese Maxey, who I truly believe is among the most likable players in the entire NBA. And I think it's going to change the perception of this Sixers team. Joel Embiid has spoken on it, that he really is like a culture-setting guy. The way that he is a first man in, last man out mentality, the way he plays with the smile on his face, where he's running all over the court, chase down blocks, all these things that he brings to the table. It's infectious to the rest of the team. And they have other guys that are buying in. Guys like Pat Bev, who has this energy spark every time he steps on the court, or Paul Reed, who the fans already love, and you see him diving for loose balls. There's a ton of these guys with just this infectious energy and this really like culture-changing momentum that they carry on the court, which is really amazing and is a place that this franchise was starved of for several years.
Yeah, I saw a great quote from Tyrese kind of saying that he feels like Joel's little brother and that he like plays for him and he wants to impress him, and it was just really really wholesome. We've gotten so many, I feel like, clips over the past few games of, you know, Tyrese getting drenched after the 50-point game. Even other players. We had Furkan Korkmaz, his time to shine. It wasn't even his game for an interview. It was supposed to be Tobias Harris, but Joel pushed him and said, "This was your night, Furkan." And I appreciated that he got his little chance to shine. But I guess to ask you, what has been your favorite, just maybe off the court or just wholesome moment of this season thus far?
Yeah, I'll keep it pretty recent. That I'm gonna give it to the Kelly Oubre dedication after that. Like moments like Maxi immediately after scoring 50, saying this was for my brother Kelly Oubre. I just met him, but I love my dog. Things like
Mhm.
that, and them sending a video in the locker room. All those things. It's cool that it just feels much more tight knit within this entire crew. So I'll put that as my moment.
Definitely. Yeah, it's really great to see the energy back in the city. I know that for me, I would joke that that not to bring it back to the Phillies again, but like I was like that was our only chance. Like we have to wait till February to see anything good in the city. So the fact that like I was joking that the Sixers like would not make it this year, but um I don't
Well, to jump in on that.
know.
Jump in on that, Casey. I guess I'll swing a question to you is we know the vibes are high. We know they're 8-1, been playing some of the best basketball across the entire NBA. Has Tyrese Maxey's emergence and this team playing at the level they're playing kind of changed your outlook on what you're looking for in the trade market as we kind of begin to inch closer toward that deadline?
Well, I will say that Chris from Nick's Digest did hit me up trying to trade once again for Joel Embiid. He threw the entire team this time, of course, minus Brunson. Shout out to Chris though. Um, but yeah, I think he may have picked the absolute worst time to text me about that because I don't think vibes have been higher in several years for this franchise. Some arguing even till like Iverson like vibes. Like it's been a while since I think that the city and the fan base has collectively rallied around this team and felt good and felt like this is an actual team. I know for a while it felt like just giving the ball to Joel and hoping he does his thing and hoping we pull out a win there. But now with the help of Nick Nurse, definitely have to give credit where credit's due there. It feels like a team effort. It's good to see the ball moving a lot more and just a way more fluid game on offense and defense.
Yeah, 100%. And Nick Nurse definitely deserves a lot of credit. Frankly, I think even more than he's gotten. Just the way that he has gotten these guys to buy in from a team-friendly standpoint, the changes on both the offensive and defensive end of the floor that have raised the ceiling of this team and really raised the floor. That we have not seen these bad moments or bad stretches that they've gone through in games. It hasn't felt like we've had this moment where this team just isn't on the same page whatsoever. And that's really impressive to do as a first-year head coach, getting all these guys to buy in. It's interesting. It's nice that the Sixers are at this spot where they can continue to evaluate, where they don't have to rush anything. They can sit, take a look. What is the missing ingredient on this team? Let's try and figure it out for a couple weeks. I still think ultimately that when all things are said and done, as we compare them to the rest of the NBA, that I think that they're probably a little short on top end talent when we're talking about winning a championship. But the fact that they're a stone's throw from this, with assets in the closet, with a blossoming star with Tyrese Maxey, and with a chance to truly evaluate what this team's missing pieces, I think is an awesome spot. So I still think that there is a move to make. Maybe it is combining a couple rotation players for a pseudo star or a guy just below that star tier of player. Something like that, I'm still definitely interested in and something I think they should do. But I'm happy that we don't have to rush to get that move done.
Yeah, I personally feel like besides getting Kelly Oubre back, of course, thoughts out to Kelly Oubre. Besides that, I'm happy with the lineup. You know, as a staunch James Harden defender that I once was, I was a little skeptical of what we would do without him. But I've taken a complete 180. Like I maybe not a complete 180, but it's kind of funny to see the stark difference between how the Clippers season is doing and how the Sixers season is doing. So I don't know. I'm content with the lineup. I think it's pretty great. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely loving what I'm seeing. It's tough not to. I guess my two biggest concerns that I still have with this team is number one, just perimeter defense as far as when we talk about who's guarding Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown or Giannis when we get to the playoffs, because as things are currently constructed, we're asking Nick Batum, Tobias Harris, DeAnthony Melton, which these guys who, while they're fine defenders and that they've had their moments where they've shined for sure, I don't know if I feel great about that in a 7-game series for any of those names. So I do wonder if a name like OG Anunoby or Alex Caruso could be a better solution for some of these matchups. There's some popular names I've seen thrown about. And also, I still think that they're probably short an additional ball handler, that it's so noticeable when Tyrese Maxey's on the court and when he's not. Thankfully, he's there just about all the time. Nick Nurse is really playing him heavy minutes, and he's ready. He's fine. He's 23. He's got young legs. He can do it. But I think that, like, the moments that he's off, you can tell that the team misses it. And I think an additional ball handler who can create for others could help this team in a major way, too. So 2 things that I have my eye on. But as I mentioned, like, it's nice that you don't have to be in a rush. You can allow other teams to keep falling apart and truly kind of put your finger on what that specific player this team needs is.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to bring Ben back on for the OG talk.
For sure.
Anything you want to wrap up with?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this team. It's good to be in good spirits. I'm glad we got to hop on, do a duo, and just kind of chop it up about this right now. The Sixers make it much more easy to talk about when it is moments like this, and we have them swing in the right direction. They have another in-season tournament game against the Pacers, so a back-to-back. That's going to be some tired legs after the amount of they pushed the pace in game 1, so we'll see how this team responds. But it is nice to have this depth. We have guys behind that we know can step up, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the season plays out.
Yeah, tired legs and hurt eyes. Those are the ugliest courts. I just want to say, my mom was asking, like, what is that? Well, awful. That's just my 2 cents on the in-season tournament. But overall, vibes have been fantastic. Super excited to keep doing these videos. I kind of forgot what losing's like, 'cause it's been a few weeks. So hopefully we won't have one of those videos coming up anytime soon. I think we're well in our reach to win Tuesday's game. So very excited to probably do another post game after that.
Road to 81-1.
That's right. And that one, let's not forget, was a 1-point difference.
and some funny business from the referees down the stretch. Just
that's a whole nother video. A whole nother duo video coming soon.
For sure. But yeah, it was good chopping up with you today, Casey. So appreciate all you guys for tuning into this video. As we mentioned in the beginning, please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it. Want to keep the Sixers Digest family growing. Got plenty of big plans for the rest of the season. Sixers keep making it easy to talk about. So thank you guys for tuning in once again, and we will talk with you next time.
Bye, guys.